between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
The return is Jones from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll run with Chubb. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Back to throw, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. York able to send this one through,
and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, had he opted for the touchback.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did. And I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he is going to have the Bengals first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. The Bengals at 500 hit 6-6. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
2nd and 2. Here's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? They're passing here. Joe Burrow. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Herb Smith Jr., his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too clean.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Burrow.
He will find his man Chase complete. Touchdown! Jamar Chase from 19 yards away. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Drops it off for Chubb. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Watson now to throw. go here. He lost the football. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. After one, a 14-3 ball game. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to sit and win. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they will stretch the lead down to 17-3.
So golden field position there of Squander as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Take it in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards.
But you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Second down and goal. Burrow. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
3rd and goal. Burrow.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. Touchdown, Bengals! Jamar Chase with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson got an open man. It's Schwartz. They find some open field here. Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On first down, it's Watson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
So these two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now Burrow. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Chubb running to the wide side. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Faking the give. Now Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
York able to send this one through.
And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
1st down. Here's Burrow. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got it at the 15.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone and tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Browns drive about to get started. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for 3rd and long.
He'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. And again, it's Chubb. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 53 yards.
And the Browns get a bit closer. Oh, this will frustrate a coach right here. The flag is out before they get off the extra point, and this is going to be a delay of game.
They'll try it again now after the 5-yard walk-off. He's got it to make it 27-13. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Back to Mixon on first down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. It's a room to maneuver.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 33. This is caught. It's Boyd. Touchdown. Tyler Boyd, 33 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Browns drive about to get started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson, flush to his right. He's got his receiver, Cooper.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he's got some space here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, his third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Here's Watson. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And my goodness, another interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
From the 17, Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need,
he's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people up the line of scrimmage when they wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's going to try and go deep again. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Browns.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D linemen to make the play.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they'll pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Browns shaken up on the play. The Browns drive about to get started.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And now here's another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sidelines.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And a short gain down to about the 33. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he won't get close. only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back.
An option handoff here to Mixon.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, here's an option play left. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.